Often, we like to think about how loyal animals are towards us, but just as important is how loyal we humans are towards them. If you decide to take care of an animal, make sure to protect it at all cost. That's right, today we're showing you real-life heroes that saved animal lives. This police officer took heroic actions to save a dog from a burning car,
Dog in the car?
putting his own safety at risk from all the toxic fumes.
Oh God! Where's it at? Right here? Hey, come on, buddy. I kicked you. Come on.
The dog luckily got away unharmed, and the savior proved that police officers are real-life heroes. And this dog somehow found itself trapped on a tiny block of ice, too far to jump onto firm land and too cold to swim. He spent the night in a snowstorm, floating around and probably accepting his tragic fate. But out of nowhere, a cargo ship suddenly appeared. Every tough sailor has a kind heart, and this was not the exception. One of them risked their life to take on the dangerous mission of saving his life. On a routine scuba dive, these people were approached by a sand shark with a fishing hook stuck very deep in its head. The shark swam right up to them, as if asking for help. It was so severely injured that it could no longer eat and had lost a lot of weight. But at the brink of death, these people grabbed the shark and removed the hook. After pulling the hook out, they let it go. But instead of swimming away never to be seen again, the shark often came back to visit them at the same spot, as if to say thank you to its heroes. A dangerous flood dragged a poor dog into the strong currents. The dog was exhausted and would soon be swallowed into the depths, but these wonderful people came together and used some incredible teamwork in order to rescue the dog before it was too late. This absolutely fearless owner shows zero hesitation in rescuing his dog from a coyote attack. Something unexpected happened when this vet was trying to check on one of the dog's health, but as soon as she opened the door, the dog freaked out and bit her hand in fear. The woman flinched back and was surprised. She showed him her wound, asking why he would do that. But what was really beautiful was that the dog came up to her and licked her wound as a way to say sorry. The vet knew he was just scared and never meant to hurt her. This biker suddenly spots a kitten stranded in the middle of the road.
Non! Il y a un petit chat au milieu de la route.
He quickly parks his motorcycle by the side and rushes to save it from being run over by the oncoming traffic.
Ouais.
Together with another good Samaritan, they save the tiny animal's life.
Viens. Petit loulou, qu'est-ce que tu fais ici? Oh, il est tout mignon.
When this man heard some strange sounds coming from his backyard, he went out to investigate, and what he found will shock you. It was a little fox cub who had its head stuck in a tin can. The frightened cub was all alone and desperate for a helping hand. And even though he couldn't see, he still managed to find himself a hero.
There we go. That wasn't so bad, was it? You're definitely the brave one, aren't you?
In the scorching heat of the desert, a thirsty wolf comes up to a man to ask for help, and the kind man gives him his last bottle of water to quench its thirst. In the depths of a drought, there was a heroic display of hope. With her own life on the line, a mother elephant remained fiercely devoted to her baby. Shoulder deep in mud and unable to move, she continued to protect him the only way she could, shielding him with her trunk. Tiny as he was, the calf was equally brave, refusing to leave his mother's side. But this was not their last day on Earth, as this team of rescuers did their best to save them. In our world, there exist horrible people like this homeowner who abandoned their dogs in a locked cage as a hurricane swept in. But thankfully, there were also heroes like this man who stayed behind and saved the animals who were whimpering and howling for help.
Come on.
As this woman was driving home from work, she found an owl sitting in the middle of the road.
Hey, buddy! You need to get out of the road, okay?
The owl wasn't bleeding, nor did he appear to be physically injured. It was probably just a bit confused, so she did the only right thing and carried the animal to safety.
Holy shit balls.
It's not often that a whale shark swims up to a fishing boat, which is why these fishermen were a bit confused. But eventually, they understood that it was actually asking them for help to remove a large rope that was tangled around its fins. They pulled the shark closer, who did not resist and seemed to have confidence in their actions. And after a while, they were able to cut the rope and free the stunning creature.
Kau biar.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wah, happy dia. Wah, happy dia. Thank you, happy dia.
Fearing that her babies would starve, this homeless cat went up to a house asking for help, and luckily, she found the exact type of person she needed, who followed the mom to help her kittens and gave them all the food they needed. During a morning dive, a group of divers came across a distressed whale shark who had a large rope wrapped around its body. The divers didn't hesitate for a second to cut off the thick rope, and even if the rescue mission took a long time, it was totally worth it because as the rope was finally gone, the shark happily swam away and lived to see another day. This driver pulled off by the side of the road and dumped his dog on the streets. Luckily, a bystander managed to capture it on film, and after the video went viral, one particular man was so disgusted by the horrible act that he decided to go looking for the puppy.
Gente que tem coração.
Now the dog has got a new loving home.
Olha, a gente decidiu ir atrás dele. Nós encontramos ele.
When a storm suddenly flooded the neighborhood, including this man's house, he decided to go back and save his puppies before anything else.
And these are your neighbor's dogs as well?
Well, most of them are mine. Trying to get them out. Yep, it's crazy.
How high was the water when you left out?
It was 2 inches when I left this morning, and it's now about 3 feet in my house.
Wow.
So I'm just trying to get these dogs out, and I'm good now. I gotta find a shelter.
A draftboard shark was stuck under some rocks after the tide had turned.
It's alright.
But fortunately, it was his lucky day as a brave girl pulled it out from under the rocks, carried it to the deeper water, and set it free.
Beautiful job.
A man spots an abandoned and motionless cat on the side of the road, but he refuses to just drive past like everyone else and still has some hope left for a miracle. As the kitten appears to not be breathing, he begins doing CPR, and eventually the awaited miracle actually happens. The kitten starts showing weak signs of life, so he rushes it to the animal clinic, and after a couple of days recovering, the kitten is finally back to normal. After a rainstorm destroyed this swan's home, a kind-hearted man rushed to rescue her eggs. And after a year, he came back to visit the swan thinking she might not remember him. But what he didn't know was that the swan was going to be his new best friend for life. These men spent the night in the Arabian desert and were approached by a pack of wolves. But instead of being hostile, they were just asking for help to quench their thirst. A poor cat was found with its head stuck in a metal shop window. The cat was clearly in distress and tried to break free, but to no avail. So the shopkeeper immediately called for help, and a team of animal rescuers were quickly assembled. And after painstakingly cutting away a section of the pipe, they were finally able to help it free. And this is not any ordinary man, because I bet not many people would dare to get this close to a wolf in order to rescue it from a trap. Did you know that owls are the only birds whose feathers aren't waterproof? They actually lost that trait in order to become super silent. So when this barn owl fell into a well, it was in deep trouble. But luckily, this woman found it and carried it to safety.
Maybe you just got wet and you don't need to go to the doctor. Who knows how long she's been down there?
This little kitten's body was covered in flies and a large group of ants were biting her. Thankfully, a kind lady took the 1-week-old kitten to a pet clinic where the doctor said that her chances of survival were very slim. But still, they did their best to save her, and after 2 weeks, the kitten had grown up and many of the doctors were shocked that the animal managed to cheat death. A thirsty baby penguin had lost its mother, so this guy helped it out by giving it some water. Let's just hope the penguin eventually found its mother. This brave man spent hours gaining a scared feral kitten's trust for the very first time, showing that not all humans are evil.
You can trust me? Yeah. No. But you have to trust me. Okay. She was hissing at me and growling. Look at her now.
I can't figure out if this cat really needed to be rescued or just wanted some alone time from its family. In any case, the family called the fire department, who did an amazing job in order to bring the cat back home. Why does it feel like cats always put themselves in dangerous situations? It's like they want to get into one of these videos. Well, congratulations, because this kitten made it to the #1 place. And with a rope, a bucket, and some creativity, they managed to pull the adventurous cat to safety.
Đấy, nó吃东西đây.
Make sure to comment down below which of these clips was your favorite, and please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. See you next time!